56. Bond stands alone.
Now Booker with Tucker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining. And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Ervin. Ervin and Curry, one-on-one. Ervin puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Taproom Sports Podcast. I am your host, Jordan. Stacks on stacks on stacks. Let's join with my boy, Friday night, subbing in for AK, Mr. Swervin Ervin Washington.
Friday night special. My intro song had to be Midnight Love.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You don't know what song I'm talking about, bro.
Which one are you talking about?
Snoop Dogg, Midnight Love.
Nah, we don't. If anything, your intro music should be some like heavy metal, some Pantera.
I've never listened to that band in my life. If I'm going heavy metal, it got to be AC/DC or
AC/DC ain't heavy metal. They're just rock and roll.
Okay, well it got to be heavy metal. What's that one band? I like a couple of their songs. Damn, I can't think of their name.
Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica or
He's got to Google it, dude. He's gonna Google white metal band.
No, I haven't. Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, they're good too. Yeah, that's a good one right there, Irv. All right,
There
showing
we go.
that versatility with the music. Okay, nice,
There we
man. It is Friday night. Thank you all for joining us. If you're not out and about being a weekend warrior like Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson probably is doing right now, we will be breaking down the Saturday slate of Major League Baseball, which we do every Friday night. Be getting some winners, getting to the table or getting to the window and cashing these tickets. Hopefully, that's the goal. But before we get to that, Irv, how's your Friday?
Pretty good. We got home early. We'll knock out this podcast.
TGIF?
Huh?
TGIF?
Yeah, probably gonna go give me some Jersey Mike's for dinner.
Damn.
It's this Figueroa Philly place, but they moved and I can't find them no more. But they Phillies are pretty damn good. So, until I find them, I'm gonna leave their ass a negative review on Yelp.
Damn. Like that?
I'll just play it. No, I'll just play it. I'm gonna find them, but I ain't had a Philly cheesesteak in a while, so I might get one of those.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, it's a good Friday, a blessed Friday. Can't complain. And now we pick out some winners so we can get these people to the window, get some extra bread in their pocket for the weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before we discuss out, I do want to I want to talk about the Cincinnati Reds real quick.
Yeah.
Because they won their 11th game in a row. They played the Braves today. Braves go up 5-0. Reds come back, end up winning the game 11-10. And there's this infatuation with the Reds right now. They're a fun team. They have a lot of rookies. Ellie De La Cruz obviously hits for the cycle today. Very special player. Alexis Diaz, their closer, one of the best in the game, not named Felix Bautista. And, I mean, they're a really fun team, dude. They're an electric team. They're young. They're exciting. But, you know, and AK has a ticket on them, 19-1 to win the NL Central.
Yeah, this winning formula is not sustainable, bro.
It's not, dude. And, like, I see all these people, they're just like, oh, the Reds are going to win 87, 90 games. They're going to make the playoffs. And, yeah, it all sounds fun. It all sounds cool. But it's like, bro, how like can they sustain actually winning games like 10-8 every single day? Like I don't think it's sustainable, dude.
Nope, because at the end of the day, you're not going to average over 8 runs a game for the foreseeable future. And
Nah.
your starting pitching has been absolutely terrible. Um, I understand you play in a hitter's ballpark. Shit, besides Coors Field and maybe Milwaukee. Well, shit, Milwaukee used to be a hitter's ballpark. It don't even seem like a hitter's ballpark no more. But that home field advantage as far as the hitting, I get it, but you just got to pitch better at the end of the day. And Alexis Diaz is a rookie. You can't keep trotting that guy out there 4 or 5 4 or 5 days out the week. That's not sustainable for any reliever, no matter how young they are, because arm fatigue is real. And once he hits that wall, it's going to be a lot of negative regression coming his way. So they need to start saving that arm. I understand they're trying to win as much as they can because they're in the dog shit division and pretty much every win counts in that division. But
Well, I mean, like they're top three relievers, dude. Like Alexis Diaz, 32 innings. Buck Farmer, 37.1 innings. Alex Young, 31 and a third innings. Like, dude, these are guys that are on pace to throw 80 plus innings this season, dude. You know what I mean? And that's just it's not sustainable. Like they're gonna be taxed come August, dude. And like
exactly.
your best relievers usually only pitch around 65, 70 innings max, dude. Like you usually don't see them pitch more than that. And then, Andrew Abbott's probably their best starter based on ERA this year. He has a 4.83 xFIP. He's only made 4 starts, only pitched 23.2 innings. So obviously there's going to be some regression. And you look at his 4 starts, he's pitching against like really dog shit teams if we're keeping it a buck. Trying to pull up who he pitched against just to keep it real. He pitched against, and Hunter Green's been all right. Hunter.
Yeah, he's figuring it out. You can tell
You know,
slowly but surely.
and that's beneficial. So Abbott's pitched against Colorado at home, at Houston, who's been, I mean, before we came on air, we were talking about how bad Houston has been offensively without Jordan Alvarez. Pitched against St. Louis, who's been in an absolute rut, and then pitched against Milwaukee, who can't hit lefties. So, I mean, 4 games. He pitched 2 against division rivals, and he plays in the worst division, and then he pitched against Houston, who fucking can't figure it out offensively this year. They're bottom half of the league in offense, so it's not the Houston Astros we're used to. So, I mean, I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying I have a lot of question marks regarding their team. Like, I just don't think it's sustainable. And they have 4 rookies in their lineup, and I don't know how long they are going to be able to continue this pace up. Ellie, obviously, I think it can do it, and I hope he does because I have a ticket on him to win NL Rookie of the Year. Although Corbin Carroll at this point, it's going to take massive regression from him for Ellie to even have a chance.
Shit, this talks. He might win the MVP.
Yeah, he's the second betting favorite right now to win MVP. So, that's where Corbin Carroll's at. But TJ Friedel, 129 WRC plus, Matt McClain, 125 WRC plus, Jake Fraley, 111 WRC plus. Will Benson, 111 WRC plus, Jake Fraley, 117. I'm just not sure those guys are going to be able to sustain that for the entire season.
Yeah, these dudes are absolutely mashing the ball, and we saw this with Texas for like 2.5 months, and you seen how the regression is hitting them. It's to the point where they're just so dependent on their offense that it's not sustainable because no matter how good you are as a rookie, a veteran, pitching you're going to go through slumps, and the slumps that might hit them could be pretty catastrophic. Because outside of Ellie, who's pretty much looking like I wouldn't say a generational talent, but he's looking like a Hall of Fame talent for sure.
Yeah.
Well, shit, if he's a Hall of Famer, he is a generational talent, but yeah, because I don't see him slowing down too much because his approach at the plate is pretty great. He doesn't play like a rookie. He plays like a damn veteran already. So
my only
I
fear
haven't seen
for Ellie is that he plays a little too aggressive
reckless.
sometimes, and he might get hurt, dude.
Too aggressive, a little reckless, and that can lead to injuries because we've seen what that did to Ken Griffey. So preserve your body, young man. Protect it because that's your breadwinner. You're probably looking at a future $400 or $500 million contract if he stays playing the way he's playing. And they just got to keep some protection around him. If they do that, then they got to guarantee these dudes. This a guaranteed All Star pretty much year in year out.
Yep, 100%, man. 100% agree. To keep it 100% transparent, I do have a Cubs plus 850 ticket to win the NL Central. I just think that team has the best starting rotation, hands down, in that division. And, this is a dog shit division we're talking about. This is not a good division. The Pirates lost 9 in a row coming into today. They finally won. And they were losing in the 9th inning. Came back because A.J. Puck fucking blew a save. Milwaukee, obviously, they have their flaws. They scored 7 runs today, but they're usually, not a very good offensive team at all. They can't hit lefties for shit. And obviously, we talked about the Cardinals time and time again, dude. I mean, that's a team that they fucking suck, dude.
Yeah, if they don't start making moves, honestly, I understand Goldie is still an MVP level player, but you got to move him to get something because right now you're pretty much delaying the inevitable. This team is headed towards a full rebuild.
well, I mean, they got
And
enough young talent, though. Like, Jordan Walker, obviously, is really good. Nolan Gorman's good. So, I mean, they have talent,
yeah, that's true. I wouldn't say full rebuild, but they're gonna need a retool for sure because Arenado's not getting younger. Goldschmidt is not getting younger. That starting their pitching rotation is fucking terrible, man.
Awful, dude.
It's all those dudes had like career years last year, and it's just down the drain this year. And it's not even funny because we know Rainwright is on his way out. He's at the end of his leg. I won't even judge him. Dude's had a stellar career.
Yep.
He's won World Series. He's been in Cy Young conversations. I won't dog him. But those other 4, they got to figure something out because you can't keep trotting out them sorry motherfuckers. They terrible.
I think a big part of their pitching was, too, because, I mean, it's their bullpen, too, dude.
Yeah.
And, Jordan Hicks and Giovanni Gallegos, those are 2 guys that were nails last year. And then all of a sudden this year, it's they can't figure it out. I think a big part of it is Yadier Molina.
Mm-hmm. Not having him is really hurting.
Yeah, dude. If I was the Cardinals, bro, I'd fire Oliver Marmol and I would bring in Yachty to be the manager. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised dude still has a job, bro.
This
insane. Team was what, minus
they were minus
300?
They were minus, I think to start the year they were minus 225 to win the division.
Yeah, to win the division.
Dude, imagine people that bet that, dude.
I know a lot of people. Bro, if you have people dropping $1 million on Wembanyama going first, imagine how many people put money on the Cardinals to win that division.
Dude, donation, bro.
That shit is crazy. But yeah, Marmo, if he makes it to the All-Star break, he got to have something on the owners and the higher-ups. He got to have some of their dirty laundry hid and stash waiting to upload to his burner account because, dude, they hired the wrong guy. Dude is terrible.
Well, also, the Cardinals are they're pretty, how do I put it? They're they don't fire managers halfway through the season.
They're a big market team, but they operate like a small market team for some reason.
I mean, I don't know, dude. They have a lot of payroll, dude. They have a definitely.
No, I'm saying as far as
payroll.
They don't, like you said, they don't hire and fire guys like that. Most small market teams try to hold on to their guys to the very, very end. But a team like that in win now mode, they got to do what the Blue Jays did. If they don't fire this manager, they're not making the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude.
They need some type of shot in the arm. They need some type of jolt to resonate through that locker room and that team. And Marmol is just not a good leader, man.
Irv, I don't even know how legit of a chance they have at making the playoffs at this point. I mean, they're 9.5 back of first place. They're 31-34, dude. They have the 3rd worst record in the National League.
Yeah, it's bad.
It would take an absolute, at this point, they'd have to win 25 games in a row because you got to remember
I was gonna say they probably got to go a damn 20-game winning streak.
They could basically chalk it up. So I definitely think they're going to be sellers at the deadline. I mean, this is a smart organization. This is a team that's only finished in last place in their division in like 2 times in the last 80 years, dude.
It's crazy because I didn't think about it. Don't they got the second or third most World Series?
Yeah, they're up there, dude. It's definitely a very well run organization. I definitely think Paul Goldschmidt's going to be traded, and I've talked.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've talked to you about it, but I was saying like, Baltimore should probably be in on Paul Goldschmidt.
If the Orioles get Paul Goldschmidt, you better put in a future right now for them to win the World Series.
Well, Paul Goldschmidt, he's 37. He has a year left on his deal, and the Orioles can get him for pretty cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
they don't have to give up top prospects, so
because Cardinals probably just want to dump that contract, considering that
Mhm.
they're stinking, and
And whatever the Orioles is trouting out at first base ain't nowhere near Goldie. So
nope. I saw it, and they could probably use the locker room veteran presence because they
yeah,
don't have that this
leadership.
year. So I was thinking that, and then they could probably look at trading Wilson Contreras, who's they signed a catcher, and he's been, atrocious. I'm sure a team.
Atrocious. They need to trade him. They need to trade Arenado. Shit, I would even start listening for offers for Hicks and Gallegos too, because shit, man, what is keeping them going really? What is keeping them really gonna cost you? Like they're clearly not the same pitchers they were last year. You need a starter, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
Yeah.
you got to figure something out. You keep trying out Miles Mikolas and Liberatore and that other dude. And now you see why you 9.5 games back of first place. And another team that we thought would turn the corner, but they end up as being fraud. The Pirates are frauds, bro. They're not winning this division.
Yeah, well, injuries have caught up to him, dude.
That's true.
Losing O'Neal Cruz hurt, and then you lose Brian Reynolds. He hasn't played in like 2 weeks, so that's a team that just hasn't been able to sustain it. And then obviously they lost JT Brubaker, who was supposed to be one of their top 2 starters. They lost him in the beginning of the year. This is a team that's dealt with a lot of injuries, so it's hard to hold it against them. I guess I would say.
Yeah, maybe I was being a little too harsh, but
the start they got off to a 20-8 start, and none of us thought that it was going to be possible.
that was crazy.
And then we also all knew that it wasn't going to be sustainable in the long run as well.
Especially when your boy got hurt. My boy O'Neal Cruz.
Yep. So I see where that's coming from. It's going to be an interesting trade deadline though, because there's a lot of I feel like this year it's pretty wide open, dude. There's a lot of teams that are I wouldn't say necessarily like contenders, but it's baseball, dude. We see it all the time, dude. Like you just got to get in, and anything can fucking happen. So
yep,
we'll see. And a lot of teams, their weakness is bullpen arms. So it's like there's gonna be
it's the easiest thing to fix. So you better get on it.
There's gonna be a lot of teams.
Dodgers need to trade for Felix Bautista and Yenier Cano.
Well, that's not gonna happen because the Orioles are.
Yeah, the Orioles ain't traded either one of them.
They're in contention, and but the Dodgers bullpen is looking better the last few days. So
yeah, I don't even want to bring it up. So just
I'm telling you, brother. You know how they like to do it. What's his name for the Dodgers? Their president of baseball.
Andrew Friedman.
Andrew Friedman. He likes to the margins and stuff, and I can't see if their bullpen this is a Dodgers bullpen that's been one of the best bullpens in the last 5 years. You know what I mean? And like we've talked about it, they've had injuries, they've had a lot of shit not go their way. And so if things start working out, I could see him kind of being like, okay, well, we're good. Let's go out and get a starter, because that's what we could use too.
Yeah, definitely need a starter. We only got 3 healthy starters. And this rookie dude's coming up from AA. He's looking pretty good, but it's not a lot of tape on him. And once they do get tape on him, it might not be pretty.
Bro, he gave up 2 jacks back-to-back today, and I was like, oh, the floodgates are about to open. And then fucking the Astros just started swinging at everything, dude. Just trying to take him yard, bro, after that. And I was like, this is not good. And then
they thought they had it figured out, but they did it.
And then they put the bullpen in, and then the bullpen shut the door. Grove and Gratterall. So it's gonna be interesting, man.
Grove coming out the bullpen now?
Well, I mean, even when he started, he was only going like 2 innings, and then
Yeah, I don't think he's a starter. I think once Gavin Stone get healthy and Urias, I think Urias will probably be back either next week or the week after. Um, Miller's not going back down. He pretty much he's a big leaguer now, so there's no way you send him back down. Um,
lost Dustin May probably for the year.
yeah, they're gonna be cautious with him, and it sucks because Dustin May shit is just so elite and nasty.
Yeah, but you can make him a
Dude just
closer.
Yeah, he gonna probably have to if he want to have a longer career. He might not make starter money, but he could be a damn good bullpen guy, high leverage closer, pitch you 2, 3 innings easy. So that's probably what he's gonna have to be the rest of his career to maximize it because this stuff is just nasty.
Yep. But I mean that you also, dude, when he got his first TJ, dude, I told you, bro, like
You know them sinkers.
when you
He
throw
got
in
to
100
figure out
mile an hour
another pitch.
sinkers, dog, like
Yeah, he got to figure out. I don't know if it's gonna be a sweeper, a slider, a cutter, but them sinkers are not good for his arm or his shoulder. So it's time to pack that shit up.
yeah, but I mean that's what makes him so good.
I know. So he might have to just take a couple of miles an hour off that sinker or something.
I mean, or just throw it that hard, but just be a closer, dude. Because then you only got to come in
Yeah,
and throw 30 pitches max. You know what I mean? And it's
that's
like,
true. Instead of 180 to 100.
yeah, you can go in and just let it all fucking go for an inning, dude. I think that benefits a lot of guys. Like, look at Kerry Wood, dude. When Kerry Wood, dude had electric stuff, but he could never stay healthy. And then he became a
Never.
closer, and he was nasty as a closer. John
Yeah, he was
Smoltz,
nasty.
same fucking
John
thing.
Smoltz was not. Yeah, same thing with him. Who else prolonged their career moving to the bullpen?
Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller. Uh, well, he was a fucking dog in the beginning of his career, but him moving to the bullpen helped him out too.
Yeah, but Andrew Miller was one of the best college pitchers ever when he got
Um,
drafted.
what was his name? Oh boy, he's played for you. Mark was it Mark Mulder?
For who?
He's played for the A's. I mean, I had those three good ass pitchers. He got traded to the Braves.
Oh, that's Tim Hudson.
Tim
But
Hudson. Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
he was a starter his whole career.
No, what was another one then?
Well, we had
It was
Mark
Bear.
Mulder, but we traded Mulder to St. Louis, and he could never stay healthy after that. He didn't even.
Yeah.
I don't even think he pitched like 3 years after we traded him.
Damn, they had three. Damn, them starters was no joke. Barry Zito, Mark Mulder, Tim Hudson. Sheesh.
Yeah, tell me about it, bro. it was, it was, and we had the best closer in baseball too, and Jason Isringhausen. Those were the years, man.
Damn.
Those were the years.
That,
And we had a nasty lineup. Miguel Tejada, Jason Giambi, Jermaine Dye.
that one call.
The worst call in the history of the fucking world, dude. I often think, like, if I could go back in time and that call got overturned, how different would the world look today? Because the A's would have won the World Series that year.
They probably wouldn't have been moving to Vegas.
Nah, and they probably would have built a new stadium.
Yeah, they would have rolled that momentum to that would have changed a lot.
And they would have overtaken the Giants as a team of the Bay, because Bay Area fans are very frugal and fair weather. So they probably would have been able to keep that team intact. They probably would have won multiple World Series, would have built a new stadium somewhere in Oakland long ago, and who knows what else happens.
Damn,
It's crazy to think about, man.
that shitty ass umpire.
And if there was replay back then, like there is today,
Because that play wasn't even close. He stepped on home plate way before.
way before, dude, he didn't even tag him. We'd be talking about a whole fucking different world of baseball, man.
Damn.
Oh, someone's talking to us on YouTube, man. Oh shit. What? He said, "What games do you like tomorrow? Do y'all like Marlins under 4.5 first five tomorrow? Please help me out." I have not looked at the Marlins game. The three games we're gonna get into are not the Marlins, but if you want us to talk about the Marlins, we certainly can. We got what's his name's pitching for Hoeing's pitching for the Marlins tomorrow. The Pirates have been so bad offensively, I'll say that much, that you can almost certainly always look to the under when they're playing lately. Let's pull it up real quick. Who's pitching for the Pirates, Irv?
I think it's Ortiz. Let me make sure.
No, Ortiz pitched today.
So he pitched today, so it'll be
Sorry, I'm bad at monitoring the chat. I hope this viewer is still paying attention, brother. We're gonna talk Marlins right now.
Osvaldo Beto. So I think they're going bullpen tomorrow.
Now Vito's Obito. Interesting.
But Hoeing has been pretty damn good his last 3 starts, so he's given up.
Yeah, Hoeing's been good. He's 1-1, 2.7 ERA, 1.3 WHIP.
1 run in his last 3 starts combined. Even though his 2 starts he only won an inning and the other one he went 2, but against Toronto he went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits and shutout ball, 5 strikeouts.
He's more of a starter than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing you can always look towards when betting the Marlins too is just look at the Nerfy, and I'm not a big Nerfy or Yerfy guy, but the Marlins 85% of their games no runs in the first inning.
Nice.
Which is pretty incredible. 85% of their games they don't score a run in the first inning, I should say. So that's something you can always kind of look towards for the Marlins. Last year, Marlins team total, you could always play under because they were so bad offensively. But this year, they're actually kind of putting it together offensively. Obviously, Luis Arraez is batting 400. Jorge Soler's kind of figured it out. He's striking out less, hitting a lot more power. Brian De La Cruz.
They're doing a lot of all this without Jazz. So if you're gonna be betting those unders for the Marlins, bet them before Jazz gets back.
Yeah, and they also have one of the best bullpens in baseball, which doesn't really get talked about. They are really, that's part of the reason why they're the best team in one-run games, is because their bullpen always keeps them in games and usually shuts the door. I know AJ Puck, he blew the save today. It's very rare.
Yeah, that happens every once in a while.
He was 10 out of 11 coming into the night and saves, so it does happen. But Miami's bullpen on the season, let's pull up these numbers here. Where are they at? Miami, 3.98 ERA, 3.91 xFIP. So I mean they're about middle of the pack, but still pretty solid team, and they're a team they're starting to figure it out, man. And like we've talked with AK about this previously, about he doesn't really believe in the Marlins, but he's starting to kind of get into them because this team they figure out ways to win games. And first 5 under, I would lean it just because I don't think I don't think the Pirates can score enough. They haven't scored very many runs in their last several games against right-handed pitching on the road in June. They have what we at? They're the worst against right-handed pitching in June. 48 WRC plus, a 109 ISO, which is very well below league average. I mean, that is pedestrian at the best. So if I'm playing this game, to be honest, a lot of people are going to look at this line and see plus 124, plus 126. What's it at right now?
It's at Miami's at minus 160 and Pittsburgh is plus 135.
Can I not see a line, dude? What are we doing?
And that's by Caesar Sportsbook.
Caesars has it what?
Caesars has Miami one minus 160, and Pittsburgh has the Pirates plus 135 on the money line.
For tomorrow?
Yeah, for tomorrow, 624.
Minus 160 with hoeing.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't even know if that's a playable number there. Keep it a buck. I don't like that.
Yeah, if anything, I like the under, honestly, because if you look at the Pirates offense the last week, they scored 2 runs, 0, 0, 3, and they scored 3 today. And on Thursday, they scored 6.
Oof. Yeah. I mean, the Pirates' offense has been bad, but I mean, you never know what you're going to get from Miami's offense. Miami, they can just.
True, but when you have two teams that are not good offensively, I'll always lean towards the team with the better pitching and the better bullpen.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's bullpen has been dog shit. 4.62
Yeah.
ERA. I mean, they've been really bad, especially the last month.
And they're taxed too, because their starters haven't been going deep in the game. So
Yeah, and they haven't been able to hit. Um, yeah, I mean, I lean the under. I don't love it. Play it at your own will, brother.
if anything, it's either the Marlins or you stay away from this game, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, it's tough to back the Pirates right now. All right, let's talk. Some Cubs and Cardinals. Bro, covers.com switched up their whole layout on me in like literally the last 10 minutes they did. Like they literally just made a new layout and it is so confusing, dude. I have no idea how to look at this. It used to give me the line of the teams. Now it doesn't. I have no idea what the fucking line of this game is. So now I gotta go pull it up over here. So Cubs, Cardinals, the London series game being played at London Stadium, which was built for the Olympics. This is the second series being played here. There was a series played in 2019 between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. We got Justin Steele hitting the mound for the Cardinals, 2.71 ERA, 7-2 on the year. He'll be opposed by Adam Wainwright, who has a 5.56 ERA, 3-1 on the year with a 1.67 WHIP. Irv, what do you think about this one?
Justin Steele is a pretty damn good starter. He might be, well, shit, he is right now the Cubs' best starter. And I know for a fact it might not be great, but the Cardinals haven't been hitting lefties well, and we thought Steele might not look good in his first start back, but he looked pretty damn good against the Orioles lineup. Is pretty much one of the better lineups in baseball, top to bottom. Uh, the Cardinals are just in a tailspin, man. I know they had a decent week last week, but I can't put any type of confidence into this team no more, man. Um, I know they showed a little glimmer of hope when it was down, I think 5-6-0, and they came back and beat the Mets. But then you got to think about it. Carlos Carrasco's on the mound, and he's probably like one of the worst starting pitchers in baseball. So, yeah, I can't put no more confidence into this team, bro. Until they fire that manager. Even then, I don't think that's probably gonna help them, but it ain't gonna help them a lot. I really like the Cubs in this spot. They've been playing good ball. Um, their last five, I know they lost 6-3 to the Cubs, but I think they won 2 out of 3 in that series, or that was a 2-game series, or they split.
Yeah, the Cubs are 8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah, so they're playing good ball right now. Shit, they look like the best team in this division, to be honest. Outside of Cincinnati on that amazing offensive run with some of the worst starting pitching you can imagine, but I like the Cubs in this spot, man. I think Steele goes deep, goes at least 6 or 7. The over is 14 though, so I don't know. I think still has to go at least 6 or 7 if you do bet the under, because that means he's pretty much gonna shut down the Cardinals. Uh, I don't know. I wouldn't bet that over. You said they moved center field back how many feet? 7, 8 feet?
7 feet.
7 feet. So what is like 395, 385 now, or what was it before?
It is so 330 down both lines, 392 center field,
Mm-hmm.
392, which is still the shortest center field in baseball.
Yeah, that's pretty short. That means a well hit ball is gonna go a lot further than it's supposed to. I don't know. I just gotta ride with the Cubs, man. I can't put no more. Even the best handicappers, I'm pretty sure they're not putting no more faith behind these sorry ass Cardinals. So it's either the Cubs or you just stay away from me, because I don't see this St. Louis team pulling off any type of um, comeback. I think they're dead in the water, honestly.
I mean, they have been playing good in their last several games. I mean, it did take them having to play the Nationals and the Mets, who are, in
Yeah.
tailspin as well. Before we came on air, we were kind of talking about, you were like, don't the Cardinals hit lefties pretty well? And I was like, yeah, usually they do, but in the last month, only a 66 WRC plus and a .091 ISO, dude. That is absolutely pedestrian numbers hitting left-handed pitching. And Justin Steele is honestly one of the best lefties in baseball. 21% K rate, 2.97 xFIP. He does have a 4.05 Sierra and a 4 xFIP. Part of that is because he does have a low BABIP, but he has a low BABIP because he doesn't give up hard contact at all. Only 17% hard contact allowed, which is pretty good. And obviously, I said his BABIP 282, which is below league average. So, and this is his second start coming off the IL. He just played Baltimore, who rakes lefties throughout the entire season, and he shut them down, only held them to 2 runs, which is really good considering he was coming off the IL too, and he was on a pitch count. So, I'm looking at the Cubs here is on a short number, minus what are they at? Minus 138.
135, yeah, 135, 138.
My only concern about the Cubs is their bullpen. Outside of Alzolay and Mark Leiter Jr., is that bullpen any good? So if we only get 5 innings from Justin Steele, how are they going to bridge the gap to those next 2 guys? We're really going to be relying on their offense to try and put up numbers. And offensively, they've been really good in the last month, especially during this win streak. They're absolutely tearing the fucking laces off the ball. Morel has been excellent. He is a pretty free swinger. But in the last month, dude, you look at their numbers, only an 82 WRC plus, only a 114 ISO. So while, during this win streak in the last, 12 games, they've been playing really well. Do they come back down to earth a little bit? Do we see some regression from them? Or is this a lineup that we've seen? Because remember, in the beginning of the year too, Irv, this was a team that was good. Like they looked like they were going to win this division. They looked like the best team in the division, other than the Pirates going 20-8. And then they had a bunch of injuries, which kind of set them back. And now they're kind of back, and we see that maybe this is a different team. And they're going against Adam Wainwright, dude, who's up there throwing meatballs. 5.46 xFIP, 5.48 Sierra.
He's definitely not the same pitcher, for sure.
I mean, do we have any hope in the Cardinals even winning this game? And does that give us any trepidation on, oh, wow, this should easily be the Cubs, so let's just bet the Cardinals? Because I feel like that's how things go. He has a 342
Yeah, but even
BABIP.
in with the Cardinals, if you like them in the spot, they go out and shit the bed. Like that one game, I don't know who had them as their best bet. I think they was up like 4-1, 5-1.
Yeah, that was probably me.
And they lost the damn game like 8 to like 9-4 or 10-4. It was horrible. So I just think still the second start, he was good his first start against the Orioles. And most starters have been getting shelled their first start back from an injury, especially a layoff. I think he was out almost, 6 weeks, a month, 6 weeks almost?
No, not 6 weeks. He was out of a few weeks.
Oh, a few weeks. Okay. But yeah. And then against the lineup that's not hitting lefties, they're probably going up against one of the better left handed starters in the league right now. Yeah. I don't see, unless the Cubs just have a complete brain fart. I think they got this one in the bag for sure. I don't honestly like it. Probably gonna end up being one of my best bets.
I think I'm gonna bet the over 14.
Over 14, I wouldn't be against it because Adam Rainwright, like you said, Rainwright's throwing meatballs. If Steele only goes 5-6 innings, like you said, the Cubs bullpen does give up a run, so I can see the over happening. I just think over under Cardinals ain't winning this game.
And on top of that, 392 to center. I mean, fly balls are gonna go out of the park probably.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of runs scored this game, but I think it's gonna be like later in the game, probably not in the beginning. I see Steele coming out probably pitching. Unless the Cardinals play like the Cardinals we thought they was going to be before the year started, then you could have a complete home run derby. But I don't know, man. I just can't trust what team's going to show up day to day with this squad anymore. I've seen it too many times where they just start off looking like a damn World Series contender, then 2-3 innings later, you like, what the fuck just happened?
The Cardinals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't continue to back that starting pitching. Outside of Jordan Montgomery, who's been decent, every other starter terrible. And Flaherty, and he went from damn near he was a Cy Young candidate last year and the year before. Dude just fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
He's pitching a little better, but it still ain't to the level he was last year or the year before.
Yeah, I like Justin Steele, man. The only thing that concerns me, Irv, is that via Action Network, 86% of the bets and 97% of the money on Chicago, and the line has not budged.
Yeah, that means a lot of people are pretty much done with the Cardinals too. So this might be a spot where they just upset the apple cart and win the game. That can happen. They are talented enough to do that, but without Lars Newbar, this lineup ain't been the same.
Yeah, dude. We've talked about that before. I think a lot of people underestimate how good Lars Nootbaar actually is, but Jordan Walker's been hitting really well.
Yeah, he's the bright spot. That kid is gonna be nice. But Goldie's getting older. He's still good. Arenado's been super inconsistent with the bat. Nolan Gorman, if he ain't hitting home runs, his ass is striking out. So,
dude, he's been bad the last month, but he's also not projected to be in the lineup, probably because they're facing a lefty.
Yeah, that's probably why. But I don't know, man. This will probably be one of the bigger upsets if the Cubs do lose tomorrow. But shout out to the Oakland Athletics, though. If you've been backing them, they've been winning you some major coin lately.
Why are we talking about the A's right now, though? We ain't talking about the A's. I want to see what.
I know. I just bought them up because they've been beaten. Like today, they was plus damn near 300 on most money lines.
Yeah, this whole team not very good against lefties right now.
Yeah.
But I gotta take this over. Like the ballpark's, it's a little league park. 14 is just seems like
392 to center. Then you said down the line is only like 325.
308.
Oh damn! Yeah, this might go over. Even if
Or 330, 330 down both lines. Sorry, 330.
Even if Steele do shut them down, the Cubs might score 10, 12 runs by themselves against Rainwright.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, dude. We'll see how it goes. I don't really have a bet in this game. If I did, it would probably be Cubs or the over. I might get to the window on that over 14 just because this is a small park. But, man, the Cardinals, dude, they just every time, like, dude, they put up 0 runs their last game, 9, 8, 8, 5. I mean, they've been swinging the sticks well the last week. Cubs been raking. Let me see one more. I want to see one more thing here. I want to see Adam Wainwright. Not good with the fastball this year, getting knocked around on the fastball, but Cubs haven't been a good fastball hitting team, dude. So take that for what it's worth.
Isn't his fastball like 90 miles an hour now?
It is 86.
Well, damn. Hopefully, y'all can hit that, Cubbies.
Yeah, the Cubs got to win this game, man. We'll see, though.
Your favorite starter on tomorrow for the Mariners?
Bryce Miller.
Bryce Miller.
But we're talking Rangers versus the Mariners next.
No, Orioles versus Mariners, and the Rangers are playing the Yankees.
I'm sorry, Rangers versus Yankees. You're correct. Rangers versus Yankees tomorrow. We got John Gray on the mound for the Rangers, 2.96 ERA, 6-2 on the year. He'll be opposed by Luis Severino, who's 6.3 ERA, 0-2 on the year. Currently, Texas minus 123. This is via Circa, minus 123. And the Yankees plus 113 on the other side. The total's at 8.5, juice to the over, minus 120. What do you think about this game?
We have John Gray, who's been decent this year, but like you said, he did have his xFIP and his balls in play is pretty high, so he was due for some negative regression, and he gave up 6 runs versus the Blue Jays at home his last start. This could be some good medicine for him because he's facing a Yankee lineup without Aaron Judge, and that lineup without Aaron Judge is pretty damn bad.
Yep.
And you got Stanton, who's up there swinging at everything he's not even like he has a bat in his hand; it's a garden hose. But if he gets a hold or something, that shit is probably going out the park, or it's gonna be an extra base hit. But that lineup right now is pretty much all or nothing. The Yankees have to do something. I don't know if they're gonna add a bat, add some pitching, but Severino, and it's partly due to the injuries. He's not the same pitcher. If he can't locate that fastball, his off-speed shit is just getting destroyed. So, and
well, to be fair, that's how most pitchers are. To be fair,
but he's given up his last 4 starts.
I mean, his fastball velocity is up this year too.
Yeah, it is. It's just he has to locate it, and he's walking guys too. But his last 4 starts, 7 earned, 4 earned, 5 earned. Boston got a little bit better. He only gave up 3 earned runs and 5 innings pitched, but it was 7 hits, and that inning could have got a lot worse if Boston just didn't swing at everything he was throwing. But 65 Ks, 23 walks, 9 homers. 28 Ks, 13 walks, 8 homers in 30 innings. I don't know. It's either the Rangers or you stay away. Because even the game today didn't go over. I think the final score was only like 4-2. Yeah, 4-2. So the Yankees pitching isn't bad. It's just the bullpen is pretty good. It just depends on what the starters are going to do. And that lineup, man, they can't do shit without Aaron Judge. Their last 6 games, they've scored 5 runs, 2 runs, 1 run, 3 runs. They won that game 3-1 because your boy Garrett Cole was pitching. They won Wednesday 4-2. They lost 10-2, and today they lost 4-2.
Yeah, and I thought they were gonna win today too. It looked like it.
Yeah, it looked like they was gonna win today too, but the Rangers pulled out some Disney magic in those late innings.
My biggest issue is like the Rangers bullpen sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They are 22nd in bullpen ERA at 4.35. So they're not very good. But the Yankees on the flip side, since June 1st against right-handed pitching, a 71 WRC plus, 176 ISO. The only team that's been worse than them in that time span is the Pittsburgh Pirates, who we talked about has been very bad.
That's bad.
But with that being said, I mean, John Gray and Luis Severino, I mean, these are both pitchers that, you know, you mentioned it. Luis Severino has been touched up quite often. And then John Gray, it's like his advanced numbers tell you he hasn't been pitching as good as his 2.96 ERA.
Nope.
4.35 Sierra, 4.37 xFIP. So I'm looking at this and I'm just like, man, do we take the over in this game? What's the over right now? 8.5?
8.5. That definitely could be a possibility.
And they're playing in a little league stadium in New York.
Mm-hmm. You pull the ball, it's a home run.
79 degrees, wind blowing out.
Oh yeah, that over does look. That over might hit the first. The over might hit in the first 3 innings.
Yeah. Kind of like this over, man. Because the Rangers have been raking, dude. They have regressed a little bit, but still, in the month of June, 128 WRC plus against right-handed pitching, 200 ISO. Raking. On the road in that time span.
I definitely agree.
103 WRC plus, 171 ISO. How many home runs did you say Luis Severino's given up? 8?
9.
9 home runs.
No, he's giving up 8, and then John Gray is giving up 9.
So 8 home runs. So Severino's giving up 2.4 home runs per 9 innings.
Yeah, so both of these pitchers dig the long ball, giving it up to hitters. So
Yeah, man.
that over does look good, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get to the window on that over 8.5. That might be my best bet. I know the Yankees lineup hasn't been producing, but this might be a spot where we see runs scored, and for all we know, the Rangers could go over 8 by themselves, and we just need 2 runs. You know, and maybe that means we play the Rangers money line, but I think I'm more comfortable with that over 8.5, dude. I think both these pitchers might get knocked around a little bit.
I like it.
What's John Gray's splits versus lefties?
Let's check that out.
295 Woba. Away versus lefties, so he's been pretty good away, but who has he faced on the road? Let me see here. He's probably faced the A's a couple times. Oh, he's faced the A's once. Baltimore, who's fucking, for some reason, not as good at home. The Mariners. I mean, yeah, he's faced a lot of bad teams on the road. Yeah, give me that over 8.5, man. I think that is that might be the best bet. We're gonna lock that in right now. All right, let's move over to our last game. We're gonna break down the Orioles versus the Mariners, and I've already put a bet in this game. I like this game a lot. We got Dean Kramer on the mound against Bryce Miller. Currently, this is basically a pick'em game. I've seen the Orioles as a favorite. I've seen them as a dog in this game. really depends on where you're looking, but for the most part, it's a pick 'em game right now. Bryce Miller is going to be on the mound for Seattle, 3.68 ERA, 5-3 on the year, .88 WHIP. Dean Kramer on the mound for the Orioles. He's got a 4.56 ERA, 8-3 on the year, 1.41 WHIP. What do you think about this one, Irv?
I love me some Orioles, man, and I love them in this spot too because Bryce Miller. I understand he has good stuff. He's a rookie, but that regression was due, and I think that regression is going to continue. Um, his home, let me look at his home and away splits because I think he pitches a lot better at home than he does on the road. Uh, on the road, his away 21 innings, and he's given up 11 earned runs the last 7 days. So that's on his away. Uh, um, yeah, so that's basically what his last two starts
Yep.
on the road. He's been terrible. And going up against a team that can absolutely destroy the cover off the ball. I don't know what got into Aaron Hicks, but ever since he's been signed, he's been
Good.
a left-handed Barry Bonds for the Orioles. But that's a little bit stretch. But he's been good. Hayes has been hitting the ball pretty good. Yeah, I like even Santander. He's been swinging a pretty hot bat too the last couple of weeks. I like the Orioles in this spot. I'm even bold enough to take a -1.5, honestly, because I'm not a believer in Bryce Miller, and I'm way less a believer in that lineup of the Mariners. When you talk about boomer bust, that's the absolute boomer bust lineup in Major League Baseball. Um, they scored 13 runs the last game, so they're due.
They
They
scored
probably wanted to
23
score.
runs their last 2 games combined.
Yeah, so that's not gonna continue with this offense, especially with all them damn strikeouts that they got. I think if you look at the top 10 strikeout guys, I probably got at least 3 or 4 guys in the top 10 strikeouts in the American League. So
Yep. And the other thing too is like as good as the Mariners have been their last 2 games, 23 runs combined, they're still 54 WRC plus 113 ISO in the last month against right-handed pitching on the road. Dude.
yeah, and only Dean Kramer, only problem he has to keep the ball in the ballpark. If he does that, he's a pretty damn good pitcher.
Well, the one thing Dean Kramer actually has one of the most electric fastballs in Major League Baseball by statistics, which is crazy to even think about, dude. Like you wouldn't think about that without looking at the actual the statistics. And I played Kramer against the Cubs on Sunday, and I went on AK's show on Twitter Spaces and I gave it out, and I said, big reason why I like Dean Kramer in this spot in the Orioles is because the Cubs aren't a good fastball hitting team, and Dean Kramer has one of the best fastballs in baseball. And sure enough, the Cubs did score a couple of runs off Kramer, but that's all they got 2 runs. That was it. 2 solo home runs, I think it was.
Nice.
And they couldn't really get much more off him. Well, if you look at the Mariners lineup, besides Teoscar Hernandez, Jared Kelenic, Ty France, J.P. Crawford, nobody else in that lineup is actually hitting fastballs well. Dude, Julio Rodriguez, -1 weighted runs against average against a fastball. Cal Raleigh, -2.9. I mean, these are guys that rake, softer breaking ball type pitches. They're the kind of guys that are waiting for breaking balls over the middle. Dean Kramer is not that guy. He's gonna throw gas because he throws multiple fastballs. He throws cutter, throws four seamer, and he's gonna throw those pitches. That's what he relies on. Irv, we talk about all the time. When that cutter's working for Kramer, he's
hard to hit.
He's very difficult to hit, man. And it's been working for him for the most part in the last month.
Yeah, I think it's gonna continue working for him against that dog shit lineup. So, the Orioles take it to the bank.
And again, like, you know me, and I say this on our shows all the time, dude. I will always back a team
after getting blown out.
I will always back a good team after getting blown out because they're
And the
highly
Orioles are
motivated.
one of the, and I think they have the best record in baseball after a loss. If not number one, I think they're top two or top three.
They are here. I can pull it up for you. Off of a loss. Where we at? Where we at? Dude, they changed this whole fucking site on me, dude.
Right before All-Star break.
I got it. Orioles are 23-9 in their last 32 games following a loss.
Pretty damn good.
Yep. I like it.
Give me the Orioles.
I like the Orioles in this spot. Big bounce back spot. Hopefully they don't wear the City Connects though.
Yeah, no City Connects.
Because I think the only
Shout
team
out to Cal. Shout out them Cal Ripkins. Do that. No City Connects.
I think the only team they've beaten with those City Connects are the fucking Royals, bro.
And that's nothing to brag about. Speaking of the Royals, Jordan Lyles on the mound tomorrow. Even though he did pitch good his last start, he's what I call ATM, automatic money.
Hey, you got to be careful because what's going to happen is everybody's going to start betting against him, and you're actually going to start getting value betting him.
That's true.
Well, I'm not sure I'm ready to step in front of the Rays though.
Yeah, especially at home. He's plus 220 tomorrow. Jordan Lyles.
Yeah, definitely not willing. Yes, sir. I can't. What? Don't Don play, bro. Orioles tomorrow. Bounce back. Let's go. It's a beautiful bounce back spot, man. Let's get it. Question: have y'all been watching the College World Series? Yes, I have, but once Stanford got out, for full transparency, Ervin and I are both West Coast guys. We're both USC guys. Obviously, USC didn't make the tourney, but Stanford did. Stanford.
I was riding with those trees, and I was riding with Oral Roberts. They couldn't hold it down at the end. But from what I watched the last couple of days, take LSU to the bank, man. I don't see nobody beating this team.
Yeah, but they're not gonna be able to throw their ace, Irv.
They're not, but that bullpen is nails. I mean, complete nails.
I don't know, man. I just feel like in these
And
College World Series,
getting past Wake Forest the way they did, I don't know,
yeah,
that gave them
but
a lot of momentum, man.
I feel like that was their championship, dude. I don't know. I personally would ride with Florida. I know they're hot right now. I know
I can't ride with the state of Florida in anything, and I got family in Louisiana and in New Orleans, Louisiana. So, yeah, give me LSU.
I'll take Florida. I'll take the other side.
So now you got to flip a coin.
I'll take Florida.
Me and Jordan, heads or tails? I got heads.
I just think both teams are good, and the fact that Keene, that's his name, right? The ace for LSU, Keene Keys.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he won't be able to pitch in the series, maybe in a relief spot if they get to Monday, he might be able to throw. I've been reading. I know LSU's bullpen has been better during the World Series, but it hasn't been a good bullpen throughout the regular season.
Yeah, but him and that dude from Wake Forest, some MLB teams gonna get two pretty damn good prospects with those two.
Yeah, Stanford was able to hit louder though.
Yeah, I know. Man, Stanford should be in the World Series, man.
Dude, if they didn't have that weather, delay, bro,
yeah, they would have won.
They would have won that game, bro. And then we'd be talking about a whole different thing, bro. It'd be Stanford will be in this. First of all, College World Series, NCAA needs to change the way they get teams in because the West Coast has way too many good teams and we all get fucking punished out here, bro. That goes for the Big West, Mountain West, Pac-12. A lot of good teams in those conferences. All right, let's get some best bets, Irv.
Let's go, y'all.
My 2 best bets from the games we talked about. I'm gonna go Orioles money line, and I'm gonna definitely go Cubs money line. I like those 2 the most. We didn't talk much about this game, but another best bet of mine tomorrow is the over 12 for the Angels and the Rockies. Chase Anderson hasn't given up a lot of runs, but he only's been pitching like 3 or 4 innings. So once he goes out, the Rockies bullpen is complete dog shit. And the Angels have Cannon on the mound, Griffin Cannon, and he gives up nothing but cannon balls. So that game probably finished 12-10, 13-10. Pack his ass up. He's one of the worst starters in the league too. So I love that over for the Angels and the Rockies tomorrow.
He says he gives up nothing but cannonballs.
Yeah, dude is terrible.
I like it. All right, so I'm going O's money line -110, which is what it's at right now. I did get it earlier at -106, so we have seen some 4-cent movement on it right now. And I'm also gonna go over 8.5 in that Yankees Rangers game, dude. I think we're gonna see some runs scored tomorrow, dude. In that game, day game, it's gonna be warm, humid, wind blowing out to left field. I think we're gonna see a lot of runs scored out there. And then a game that we didn't talk about that I do like. I haven't bet it yet, but I have been looking at it severely closely for the last few minutes, several hours. I would say, not several hours, last couple hours, is Cleveland Guardians with Tyler Bybee on the mound going against Freddie Peralta on the road. And Irv, you know how much we love to fade Freddie Peralta on the road. I understand I'm wearing a Brewers hat right now, but I was on the Brewers tonight. But I think tomorrow's a nice spot for the Guardians, dude. I think that's a good spot for the Guardians to back them. So I will probably get to the window with the Guardians. -117 is what it's at now. I kind of like that as well.
Like it.
So there you have it. Some best bets for you. Irv is on Orioles money line -110, Cubs money line -138, over 12 Angels and Rockies. I'm on Orioles money line -110, over 8.5 Yankees and Texas, and Guardians money line -117. You can get it at right now. So thank you everybody for joining us, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure to tap in with us. We'll be back on Sunday night with Big Ball and Ben Larson. We'll be recapping and reacting to the week in Major League Baseball, NBA draft, looking ahead at futures. And then we'll also be looking ahead at the week in Major League Baseball, maybe talking some all-star selections as well. You know, we won't be having Diego Estrada as our second baseman in the NL, that's for damn sure.
Did they announce any home run derby participants yet?
I know Julio's in.
Oh, Julio's in?
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez, he's in.
Nice.
Not sure who. I haven't heard anyone else's name, so.
I don't think Pete's gonna be able to defend his title, especially with that wrist injury. I think the Mets might not let him participate.
He didn't even win last year, bro.
Yeah, I thought he won last year.
No, Juan Soto won.
Oh shit, Juan Soto did win last year.
I don't think Juan Soto will do it again.
He probably should, because after he participated in the home run derby, dude was fucking tearing the cover off the ball.
Yeah, I forgot traded.
Yeah, he did get traded too. He was in a better lineup. But yeah, home run derby is always interesting.
Yep.
Shohei should do it again.
He should, especially in Seattle. That'd be dope. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device. Use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. It's right below us. You can follow us on Twitter at @taproom_sports. Follow myself at Jordan Rules TSP. Follow Ervin at Swervin Ervin TSP. We appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Have a very blessed weekend. Let's get to the window with these winners. Let's cash these tickets. We'll be back Sunday.
Make his money.
Have a blessed weekend, y'all. Peace.
Oh, and a special shout out KBO, Tigers.
Kia Tigers. Go Kia.